Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Haider Ali Himmatwala and I am a student of Rayan School. As you know, whenever I come, I bring a new interview. I talk a chatbot and ask some questions. So let's start.
Hi, Malik.
Hello, I want to you ask question.
Hey there. Of course, I'm all ears. What question is on your mind?
Okay, so my first question is what does it mean to be Kankian and how is Kankianess defined?
To be conscientious really means to be thorough, careful, and vigilant in one's duties or responsibilities. It's kind of about being dedicated and making sure you do things right. Conscientiousness is often defined as a personality trait where someone is organized, responsible, and really attentive to the details. Let me know if
Okay.
that helps. Absolutely.
Okay, so my next question is how has the concept of conclusion evolved in philosophy and science over time?
It's a fascinating journey, actually. The concept of conscientiousness has evolved over time in both philosophy and science. In philosophy, it has often been linked to moral integrity and ethical responsibility, thinkers discussing how being conscientious ties into being a moral person. Over in science, especially in psychology, it's become a personality trait that researchers measure and study. So over the year, the idea moved from a kind of moral virtue in philosophical discussions to a well-studied attribute in modern psychology and the behavioral sciences. Ever know if you want to dive deeper into any part of that?
Okay, now, so my next question is in what ways do humans demonstrate awareness of themselves and their surroundings?
Well, humans show self awareness in all kinds of ways. For example, just reflecting on your own thoughts or feelings is a sign of being self aware. When people notice their emotions or think about why they feel a certain way, that's self awareness in action. Also, being mindful of how they interact with others, recognizing social cues, or even adapting to the environment around them shows that awareness of both themselves and their surroundings. It really comes down to that ability to look inward as well as to pay attention to what's happening around you.
Okay, nice. So my next question is how do philosophy and neuroscience explain the development of conscience?
So, in philosophy, the development of conscientiousness is often seen as a moral and ethical journey, like becoming more attuned to what's right and acting accordingly out of a sense of duty. In neuroscience, it's more about understanding the brain mechanisms behind self control, executive function, and how we manage impulses. So, put together,
Okay.
you get this cool mix of seeing conscientiousness as both a moral growth and a cognitive skill. Let me know if you want more details on either side.
Okay, nice. So my next question is what role does conscience play in decision making, learning, and creativity?
Conscientiousness actually plays a pretty big role in all three decision making, learning, and creativity. In decision making, if you're conscientious, you're more likely to weigh your options carefully and think things through. In learning, it helps you stay organized and persistent, which often leads to better outcomes. And in creativity, it might seem like a surprise, but being conscientious can actually help you follow through on creative ideas and refine them into something real. So it kind of acts as a backbone that supports your careful planning and effort in all these areas.
Okay, nice. So my next question is how does tracing the evolution of awareness help us understand human thought, behavior, and society?
Tracing the evolution of awareness actually gives us a window into how human thought and behavior developed over time. It helps us understand why we think the way we do, how we became so self reflective, and how societies have built up these complex social norms. Essentially, it gives us context for why we value things like empathy, ethical behavior, and community, because these traits evolved as our awareness did. So, understanding that evolution just adds another layer to knowing why we kick the way we do.
Okay, so thank you for answering the questions. So this is my interview and amazing interview. We will meet next interviews. Allah Hafiz.